Oh, hey, what's this? Ah! Hello guys, this is Spyderrock and welcome back to another command tutorial video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to use commands to make a boss in Minecraft. You can use this for boss battles, for all kinds of enemies, for summoning entities of your choosing. Now I decided to do this because, you know, Spooktober, this is a husk, husks are undead, it's kind of spooky. And yet again, credit to the skin that I'm using goes to Pineapple on Discord. Super awesome skin. I love the arm, having it being like ripped off like that, it looks great. Anyway, let's hop into this. So I'd also like to mention that I am doing this in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. You can do very similar things in Java Edition, although it's a lot easier and simpler. And I will leave a link down below where you can basically find out how to do this in Java Edition. There's a much easier way, you just generate it with a website, I'm pretty sure. But some of these things, you know, are going to be exclusive to Bedrock, some won't work on Java, and some of the things that you can do on Java will not work on Bedrock, so I'm not doing them here. Alright, so this command chain looks pretty long, but it's actually not that complicated. Essentially, I just have some effects going on here when the guy is summoned in, and then from then on, he's just he's got a bunch of good gear, he's got a couple of potion effects that you don't see, like strength and swiftness, because you can see how fast he is. He's got particles generating in his torso. Of course he's enchanted and his name is DeathBringer, and that's pretty much it. Basically doing all of these with commands, and I'm going to show you how to do all of this. We're going to be building it. That's what this chest here is for. I had a sword in this chest, but I forgot about it. Anyway, this guy's got a ton of health, and I will show you, if you want to, how you can get even more health, as well as possibly some ways that you can make custom, you know, boss attacks of some sort. And yeah, this guy has a lot of health, and sometimes he'll drop carrots, rotten flesh, or I guess potatoes or iron or gold or whatever zombie trap. And then of course, every now and then you'll get a piece of whatever clothing or sword that he's wearing, which is actually good because he'll drop you a sharpness 5 netherite sword or a piece of just non-enchanted netherite clothes. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with the commands. I'm going to grab the first 9 command blocks here, which these are essentially doing most of the work here. And then of course we've got, you know, some other things for show, which I'll get to in a minute. So first off, this one here, this guy here, this is the important one. This summons your boss. So right here, summon husk, and then whatever name you want it to be. For me here, I have DeathBringer because that's the name of, you know, this guy. He's DeathBringer, he's spooky. And then just the 3 squiggles if you want to summon it right here. I have, you know, a little bit of coordinates set in this one, so it summons right there. But this will by default summon on top of this command block here. So you can use whatever coordinates you want to, whatever position you want to. Didn't mean to type that. Anyway, that summons the husk with the name. Next up here, we have replace item in the @e name equals DeathBringer. Make sure where it says DeathBringer, put in whatever name that your boss is named, and it doesn't have to be a husk necessarily. I used a husk because they don't burn if you don't have a helmet on, which, I mean, I know he has a helmet on, but I was messing around with him without a helmet, as well as they can hold something in their main hand, not their offhand necessarily. I'll get to that in a second. And they can be fully armored up. Now you can use pillagers for these things, zombies, skeletons, all that kind of stuff, but their attacks will pretty much be the same as they would be normally. So with a husk, I just thought it made sense because he can hold the sword and he can do the damage that the sword does. Anyway, replace slot.weapon.main hand 0. So that is going to be your main hand. That's where he holds the sword. That is his right hand. He holds the netherite sword. Pretty simple. Next up here, this one doesn't actually work with this guy, but I wanted to include it anyway. So if you have an entity, which I'm not sure which ones do and which ones don't hold things in their offhand, but if you have an entity that holds something in its offhand, if you have a mob that holds something in its offhand, or a player, you can replace items with players in their offhands too. I don't think you can put a diamond in their offhand necessarily, but you might be able to. It depends. I've seen it done before, so I just have this here just in case. You do not need to have this one. You do not need to include this. I'm actually not going to include it in this version of it, but I just wanted to let you guys know. I just got rid of the wrong command block, didn't I? Alright, anyway, next up here, we have enchanted E, name equals DeathBringer, sharpness 5. That will enchant the guy with sharpness 5 on his sword. Now if you wanted to give him a pickaxe and have him have like a haste, or not haste, whatever, efficiency pickaxe or something that he'll attack you with. If you want to have like an undead miner kind of thing, then feel free to go ahead and do that and give them a pickaxe enchanted with efficiency, or you could do, you know, whatever you want to as your enchantment on whatever item that you have them holding. Just know that if it's a zombie or a husk, they're not going to be able to shoot a bow at you, they're not going to be able to throw a fishing rod at you, unless you actually make those commands yourself. Next up here, okay, I'm just going to start putting those in my inventory. Next up here, place item DeathBringer slot.armor.head 0. So this will essentially be your helmet. So I have netherite helmet. You could put whatever you want to. So I'm going to give him this time, I'm going to change these things up. Okay, I'm going to do, let's see, diamond underscore helmet. I'm kind of a slow typer. I'm going to give him a diamond helmet. I'm pretty sure that's how you put it. And then I'm also going to, instead of giving him a netherite sword, give him a, give him a, what's good, stone? Here, we'll have a stone sword, okay. And then I'm going to leave the rest of the stuff the same. So the rest of these command blocks here, we've got helmet, chest for the chest plate, same thing, slot.armor.chest, 0 netherite chest plate. Next up here is slot.armor.legs, 0 netherite leggings. Pretty simple, you could use whatever goes in that slot on a player will go on that slot on a husk or a zombie or a skeleton. And if you want to have a skeleton, you just don't have it, basically don't give it a sword, you can give it an enchantment. So you can give a skeleton with flame, right? And so you can have a skeleton that shoots flames or whatever you want to do there. So slot.armor.feet is for netherite boots or whatever boots you're using. And then of course you're going to want to, well, if you want to give, so here's the thing, I'm gonna have sort of two ways here to do this. This is one way you can do it, my less preferred way, but I want to include it anyway. So you can affect any name equals DeathBringer strength for 1000 seconds for strength 10, and then true will get rid of the particles. But here's the thing, this is good if you want to have like spawn immunity. You can give them insane like regeneration or health boost or something, or the combination of the two, or resistance, whatever you want to, for just a few seconds, for as long as you want. So here, if you wait more than 1000 seconds, then the DeathBringer will no longer have strength and will be much easier to fight. So that's just, I sort of included this here so you can see one of the ways to do it. So that's pretty much everything for making the DeathBringer the bringer of death. So next up here we've got these 4 command blocks, which are all 4 variations of the same command block, but I'll show you why these are neat. So I'm going to put them all down and we're going to go through them one by one. So here we go. These are all execute, DeathBringer, squiggles, particle, and then I'm going to leave a link in the description where you can go copy and paste the particles for both Bedrock and Java Edition. So Bedrock is Minecraft water evaporation bucket emitter, and then 3 squiggles. So that's essentially right on his legs there's going to be a particle, the water evaporation bucket emitter particle. And I did another one that's 1 block above, so it's going to be sort of where his torso is. I think this is another of the same one, right? One and, yeah, oh no, this one is going to be 1 block. This one is going to be 1 block in, I guess, forwards. I think I did this just for effect, I don't know. You can mess around with having different directions for each of these. So yeah, this one's 2 blocks up, but it just sort of adds particles like all around him. And you can add, like over here I have a ton of them just so it's like all poofy and it just appears out of nowhere. But you can have these particles, these will only emit once. You can have these particles emit, you know, it's as like a spawn effect, I guess is what that would be called. So next up over here we are going to grab these 2 guys right here. So these repeating command blocks, I'm pretty sure these are set to always active, but I will check. Yeah, okay, always active, and I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of these guys just so it doesn't interfere with it. These guys, this is okay, so how I have them with the speed is, instead of like the other one where he just gets it for 1000 seconds, if you have a repeat command block with always active or have redstone going into it, you can do the same command except with 1 second, and then I have speed 2 true, so you won't see the particles, but he will be faster than a regular mob. And then you can of course apply this to whatever you want to. The nice thing about effects is they're not mob specific. And then over here we also have this command right here, which essentially adds that little the red particle you're seeing, which is Minecraft redstone wire dust particle. yet again, link in the description where you can access all these particles. This is up 1 block, so it should be coming out of his like torso area, which I thought looked pretty cool. This is the particle effect you get when you use redstone, but it's happening once every tick, so it just sort of like follows him around like a trail. But then when he's standing still, it looks like he's sort of like emitting like a breathing like red, I don't know, whatever. I'm just sort of saying words here that should make sense. And then as always, use whatever name you're using for your guy or for your mob. Yet again, I have DeathBringer here, but you can also do this with tags instead of names. So you just like summon the mob, and then give it the tag, and then give it the name or whatever. If you want to have multiple mobs with different or with the same name but different abilities. But I'm assuming if you're going to be doing that, you probably already know how to do tags. And then the last thing over here I had, which we didn't really get to yet, was this little command block right here, which just replaces the sword with an apple. It doesn't have to be an apple or a sword. It can be really whatever you want it to be. So now I should be able to push the button, and we'll get DeathBringer with a diamond helmet, an enchanted stone sword we have right here, emitting his particles, and then we push this button over here. I guess I need to put a button on it. And instead of a sword, he has a little apple, and he will do just the regular damage that he would normally do. Actually, I guess he wouldn't because he has strength. Anyway, I'm going to go into survival, and we're going to fight this guy. Well, he still one-shots me. Okay, he will kill me with an apple. So if you want to have, you know, a mob that looks like they're going to be super weak, you know, maybe like, I don't know, a zombie that runs up to you in a leather helmet and is holding, like, I don't know, a potato, but will one-shot you with the potato and takes like half an hour to kill, then you can do that with just a resistance and strength. It's that simple. I'm gonna see if I can take this guy out. I mean, in Bedrock it's pretty easy because I can just stay kind of far away. And yet again, he doesn't have as much because he's got a diamond helmet instead of a netherite helmet. I'm gonna head back into creative. If this tutorial helped you make a really cool boss battle, then I would love to see what you guys have done. So if you go down in the description, you can find a link to my Discord. If you go there, I will definitely check out anyone that posts anything under the commands tab in the Discord, the command channel. If you made a really cool command creation with this or with anything else, any other kind of command creation. There is one other thing I wanted to get to. So let me know if you guys would like a part 2 where I show you how to do like cool boss, like custom attacks. So I'm talking like when you get close to him, he will hit you with lightning, or things like all of a sudden he'll have a fire trail and then you have to run around and avoid the fire trail, or like maybe even, I don't know, dropping an anvil on your head. Would you guys watch that if I had a boss drop an anvil on your head? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, this is a pretty basic tutorial. If you want to see me elaborate on that, leave a like, comment, subscribe or whatever, but comment down below if you want. I can't do polls anymore like up in the top corner, but let me know if you want a part 2 where I'll show you how to do some custom like special attacks and stuff. And I did also want to mention this last command block down here. I'm pretty sure this is it. Yep. Okay, so the lightning bolt that you see when I push the button on the other one, this will just summon the lightning bolt 3 blocks above DeathBringer's head. So execute, it's just running the command. It's as if the DeathBringer guy is the command block, and that's where the command block is located. And then it will summon the lightning bolt 3 blocks ahead, which is high enough that it won't hurt DeathBringer, but it'll just give that super cool effect. So I'm gonna just push this one more time. Now you'll be able to see command block, particles, and then we have DeathBringer, and then I can bring in another DeathBringer if you want me to, and then that lightning will even put a little bit of fire around. So I don't know, it's a pretty cool command series, command chain that you can use. Yet again, Java players, link in the description to a place where you can make your own boss fight commands. However, us Bedrock players don't exactly have that luxury. Thanks for watching me here. See you guys later, and bye.